So, hello, y'all. My name is Megan Ramey, and I have the dream job as the Safe Routest School Manager for Hood River County School District, which unsafe streets have led to children resorting to their devices as play. But according to this study in the corresponding Atlantic article, children would put their devices down if they had freedom to play in their neighborhood. So in just 3 years that I was hired, our Safe Routest School program has accomplished this. Our coalition has won $10 million in grants, made 3 demonstration pilots permanent, including our most recent school street, led over 200 bike walk buses, donated 300 bikes to students in need, taught 200 students how to ride a bike, and over 3,400 students, K through 9, have ridden bikes in their PE classes, with the 9th grade freshmen, the high school, riding bikes for the first time just like 2 weeks ago. It's my first foray in high school, and it was fantastic. The secret to my success is 1, cheap quick builds, and 2, getting kids in the streets. So we are here to talk about quick builds, and I found this graphic by my friend Tom Flood of Ravello to be important. This little girl sarcastically says, "I ride perfectly when biking to school, so my counselor doesn't need political courage to build in a system where I can make mistakes." So quick builds show the community that we value this little girl's safety, build trust and support for safe streets, and give our leaders political courage to champion safe streets and make larger investments. I have 3 quick builds to share. The first was a Sidepath for Hood River Middle School. It cost $12,000 that I cobbled together in 3 grants. So this is a 5th grade class, actually, for an elementary school. They have to walk in the middle of the street to get to the pool so the kids can take swimming lessons. And this is before the demonstration. To provide validity for the quick build on 17th, 18th, and Main Streets were identified high priority construction projects in our Safe Routest to School plan. 5th to 8th graders are target user group of the quick build. So I take them on walking and biking adventures after school. They engaged all 34 neighbors along the streets as part of the city application process. They told the neighbors that they need a safe route to the middle school, and they were met with support. So at the demonstration conclusion, we shared a walk, said that allowed me to feel comfortable with my 6th grader walking and biking to and from school. As a motorist driving at times to the middle school, it made me more aware of the kids walking and biking and felt safer for everyone, which is kids walking and biking side by side, which is how it should be. Very different location, which is Odell, a fruit packing town of 3,000. So this Odell Highway is like that white line that kind of snakes through the map, was like a Great Wall of China between those students who live in that top right quadrant and the school. And they're only a quarter mile from the school. So parents won't let them walk or bike to school. So the quick build was to create a temporary Puma path and purchase a learning fleet and helmets. This is International Walk and Roll to School Day. And then you can see just how much demand this community has for infrastructure. And the Puma Path conclusion and surveys teed up right into the county Safe Routes to School planning process. And Odell Highway is now a top 2 priority for Odell's construction recommendations. So now going forward with the county plan finalized, we are going to present both the city and the county plan to the school board, get them to adopt it in addition to the county commission and the city council. So lastly, we have the school street quick build, which I think is arguably the most effective for the amount of money that we spent, which is only So this project actually began in 2021 before I even had this job, when I was just a volunteer. We held 4 annual single-day pilots, and I think these pilots were great for just testing the waters. It was just a really easy one-day thing to host, and the parents loved them. So again, those one-day pilots informed the City of Hood River Safe Routes to School plan recommendations, and the school street was recommendation number 1 out of, I think, 32. So this father on the right, he surprised me when I was monitoring the school street during the 9-month pilot. He pulled up in his car, and I expected a confrontation, and I asked if I could help walk his daughter to school. And he was like, "Don't you dare. This is the best part of my day. And I love what you're doing. You're doing God's work." She later told me that her 18-year-old daughter was horribly against the 1-month pilot that we did in the beginning because she had to drive around these barriers. But in the end, when I had to take the barriers away, she wanted the barriers to stay because she said the street was so much quieter than before. So when it came time to make it permanent last summer, I brought this design to Public Works, which is Seattle's Healthy Streets. And they liked the permeable design for snow plowing and street cleaning. It relies on goodwill and compliance from parents and neighbors. I would say I was 95% of the people who were driving through didn't know any better, and they quickly felt very apologetic. There's only one call out this mom pushing her daughter below. She told me when I was monitoring the school street that instead of having to load her into her van to drive her only 4 or 5 blocks away to unload her, she can now walk her down the street, and it is so much more enjoyable and convenient. And they get to listen to the birds chirp overhead. And I don't know if a kitty walking her little sister to school isn't an indicator of a joyful street. I don't know what it is. A big unintended benefit from a school street is that you can actually teach the kids how to ride bikes in the street that they're trying to learn how to do, instead of on a playground or in a gym. And they light up. It's get to be outside the school fence line, and instantly they're paying more attention to me. And the PE teacher now is the biggest champion of school streets. I would love to talk to you. Here's our website, walkandrollhoodrivercounty.com. And then those are the socials for myself. And thank you, Washington Department of Transportation, for hosting me. I really appreciate spreading the gospel of quick builds.